we want to give them a taste of real people who are here who would not have been here if it weren't for the fact that Bill Coley had the guts to follow a scientific observation into applied science and realize, the clinical benefit.
I would not have been alive to have my really bad car accident.
That's right. You never would have known the world of closed head injuries if it hadn't been for it.
I would have been alive to go into a coma and then to emerge.
You know what's astonishing to me about
I felt like she'd come back from stage 4 melanoma. That was dodging a bullet. And now all of a sudden, just so shortly thereafter, here's this other life-threatening, occurrence. Really, both of them should have taken her life. Most people who had an accident like she did don't end up coming back from it, or if they do, they're really impaired. So at that point, just having come off the whole cancer scare, I was like, what is next? It actually, having so recently just been all concerned and traumatized by a life-threatening thing, it was almost like, okay, I'm used to this now, here's another one. But nonetheless, it was just overwhelming, it just felt like too much. And also, her accident was a month to the day right before 9/11. So it was a whole string of tragedies happening,
I don't, knock wood, I don't even think about it.
You shouldn't have to.
I don't, and I do think that one of the reasons why I emerged from this horrible trauma so well is because of Gerson and Coley's. I'm sure of that. I believe it. And I wrote a paper for this class, and I wrote about Gerson, and I because it was about traumatic brain injury, and I said, Gerson saved my life twice. And I really believe that. It was twice.
Do you know that Gerson was a neurosurgeon?
No.
Yeah. He studied with the best. He was a neurosurgeon first.
People would look at me.
Yeah.
I was at the gym about a year after my accident, and I was walking I had my cane hanging on the side of the treadmill, and I mentioned to someone, she said, why do you walk with a cane? And I said, oh, I had a really bad car accident. She said, oh, was anyone hurt?
To go down the Gerson-Coley's road means spending a lot of out-of-pocket money, because insurance is like, we fought the battle to have insurance cover a portion of for Gerson costs through various stages, and it was always turned down. So people have to have the means to go down this road, and it can be costly relative to something that insurance will cover. And secondly, the logistical challenge of having to travel and live for a period of time in Mexico or in Germany or somewhere away from home is tough for people too. So the fact that this government doesn't allow it done here poses those two kind of big challenges on people. In addition to going against your doctor, you've got to deal with these things on the side, the money and the logistics and being away from home elements. Makes it even tougher.
Because if I had not had the little bank account that I had from my stock options at Microsoft, I would never have been able to afford to go to Mexico.
So you had to pay to bail out your own life.
Yeah, if I had done the chemotherapy that was offered to me here in the city, of course it would have all been paid for. And
right. But I guess I'd say that I can understand their reluctance to not approve something that, based on normal testing standards, might be questionable if there was another solution out there. But there's really so little out there we have to combat cancer, especially advanced stage cancer. And so given the evidence of Coley's success, why not move forward with it? Why not allow it?
Why not allow it, indeed? That's a great question.
It's not like it's not like people with stage 4 melanoma have any other options, really.
It just has to be, there's some suppression going on. The patients talk to their doctors and the doctors don't believe them. The doctors say, well, you just had some sort of spontaneous remission, or there is some some very small percentage of stage 4 melanoma where the tumors just disappear. And that must have been what happened with you. And I think, well, no, it's because you can't patent carrot juice, and you can't put a patent on kale and spinach and wheatgrass juice because it grows everywhere, and I'm sure that there's no money that can be made on this, and that's why it's suppressed.
Yeah, that's true with the coli vaccine too.
Yeah, I believe it.
It's in the public domain.